Let's go over the key difference between an audit-based platform and a scan-based platform. On the screen with me is Google Lighthouse. Here we see a score of 92 is showing for accessibility. And then underneath that, it reads automatic detection can only detect a subset of issues. That's true. And then it continues and does not guarantee the accessibility of your web app. Also true, but they're saying this in a very light way. It can't guarantee accessibility. And then it continues, so manual testing is also encouraged. It's mandatory. We must have an accessibility audit to know all of the accessibility issues that exist on our digital assets. So a scan isn't even close to it is very limited. So that's so important to know because so many platforms are based on scan results. So what happens is a lot of digital asset owners are fixated on the score. They're trying to get to 100% when we're never trying to get 100% on a scan. Yes, that is an outcome, a desirable outcome, but that's not the end objective. The end objective is WCAG conformance, and we're not going to get there with a scan. But what you will see is that accessibility platforms are based on scans. So we're always working toward this skewed score and where all of our analytics, all of our progress is completely skewed because it's based on a scan score. Now let's compare this and contrast this to accessibility tracker, which by the way, if you read the marketing materials for all of the known platforms in the marketplace, you don't come across any that emphasize that the platform is audit based. So accessibility tracker is the only one that is openly audit based. There may be others that are behind a sales demo, but that's just not public knowledge. But now we are on accessibility tracker, and what you can see is that we have the screen where we can upload our audit report in Excel spreadsheet format. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And you can't see it, but right now there's a window open with my files and I'm looking for a sample audit report. And so I've gone ahead and upload that, and the audit report data was automatically mapped. And so we're going to go ahead and scroll down and we're going to process data. And so we see this is the data has been successfully processed, and now I am saving. And so what's going to happen is right now the project's updating, but now we have analytics, and these analytics are real analytics that are based on our actual audit report, which is conclusive. So that's why it's so important to be audit based, is because now we're actually working towards full conformance, whereas before we were only working towards 100% score on a scan. So I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to show you what are the accessibility issues identified in the audit report. They've been now transposed inside of accessibility tracker. So essentially, we have the online version of our audit report that is now dynamic, and we can start assigning issues. We can start changing the status of issues. So let's say, for example, I wanted to change the status to completed. Or let's say I wanted to change the status. Let's say we have someone come in and validate. Now we can change the status of the issue to validated. We can also sort by different prioritization formulas. We can have our own priority, or we can use one of two prioritization formulas. The point here is that now we are able to access all of the accurate and complete data, and now we're able to use it so that we can have confidence in our progress. We can look at our analytics, we can look at our project overview, we can look at the data visualizations, and we can know where we actually stand when it comes to WCAG conformance and in many cases compliance. So let me show you now. I'm going to tap to an Excel and an audit report in Excel spreadsheet format. This is actually the audit report that I've uploaded to accessibility tracker. So here we see an Excel spreadsheet. There's the page title, the section, the page URL where the issue was found, the environment that produced the issue, the associated WCAG success criterion, the issue title, the issue description, the applicable code, the users affected, the recommendations. All of this data has been extracted and is now inside of accessibility tracker. So the difference here is everything. This means everything. This is so significant because now we're working from accurate data. Now we're working from complete data. Whereas before we're working from a scan and only those results that are generated through automation. And it's a limited subset of accessibility issues as Google Lighthouse has in right here under its accessibility score. We don't want to work from this. Scans are best used by accessibility practitioners who know exactly what scans can and cannot do and know why they're using them. But for most consumers, it doesn't make any sense because their objective is WCAG conformance. So an audit-based platform means everything, but an openly audit-based platform is new to the market. If you look and you research, there aren't platforms that are taking this approach. They're using automation and they're selling automation, but we're not after scan results. We're after complete data so that we can work in confidence to full WCAG conformance. And guess what? Even if you use a scan-based platform and you get to that 100%, you're still going to need to work from the actual audit report because you need to resolve all of the accessibility issues. So there are so many more features inside of Accessibility Tracker that I'm not going to go over. The point of this video is you need to use an audit-based platform to know exactly where you stand in relation to WCAG conformance. So what's really nice about Accessibility Tracker is we've brought the audit report alive, and now you can start working through these issues. And as we validate issues, this is going to cause the project analytics to update. We're going to get progress reports that show exactly where we stand. And then within the next few weeks, we're also going to add AI to where you can get project insights on not only one project, but multiple projects. So let's say you have 5 digital assets, you can get insights on your progress on all 5 of those projects at once. Or you could just look at a singular view. But this is really going to help when you want to know how soon are we going to finish this project, what pace are we on, etc. There are so many features in this, but it is designed to streamline the accessibility projects for not only our clients, but everyone. So it's audit-based. I just showed you that I uploaded the actual audit report. Again, I'm going to tab to that now. We've taken this data. It's now inside of Accessibility Tracker, and now we can work from complete data. Now we can have AI help us with the exact issues that exist on our website, on our mobile app, on our web app, etc. Now we have all of the data to use and to really accelerate our project, move quicker, have less mistakes. In fact, everything part of the allure of Accessibility Tracker is we can track every single individual issue, and we can also assign to different team members so everyone is working simultaneously, and we're really starting to fix issues and make progress and incrementally move one issue at a time until we reach full WCAG conformance. And with Accessibility Tracker, we'll know exactly when that happens. Compared to with other platforms, you have a spreadsheet and you have your scan, and the scan shows you your progress with the automated results, and then you've got to also work from the spreadsheet and you go back and forth. And so you may even have a different project management platform like Jira, but it's not streamlined, it's not efficient, and we're building more and more inside of the Accessibility Tracker dashboard to reduce the total project time and accelerate completion and just make this easier. So I'm not going to, we've gone over enough features. The point here is that you want to use an accessibility platform that is audit based. I will include links to Accessibility Tracker and more information in the description.